PG, could you talk about the old ideas versus new, and then you list what you stand for? Other than the NRA ratings, where do you differ on those positions from Ted Strickland?
Well, he and I haven't gotten to sit down and swap notes on everything. I can tell you, we put out a new idea about reducing college debt by lowering interest rates. In this speech, clearly call for a constitutional amendment to overturn the corrosive role of Citizens United, offering a bold vision for environmental sustainability by which we can also create a lot of new jobs in a state like Ohio. I've taken a clear position on Keystone XL. I hope that the president, and I expect him to veto what's been passed by Congress. So those are a handful of things. And then look, I think there are also differences in perspective. I feel like I'm coming from a place where there's great sort of native fluency and adeptness with technology and the role that it can play in our lives. So I think we represent different candidacies.
Is he just not liberal enough, you think?
Again, that sounds like a question for Ted Strickland. What I can tell you is I am proud to offer an unapologetically progressive vision for Ohio and for the country in this race. And in county after county, big urban county, smaller rural county, it's been met with a very enthusiastic reception thus far.
I watched you campaign. I stood outside a polling place just at this last campaign. I do not remember you saying the word progressive. Tell us, what have you done to prove that you're a progressive candidate in your career?
So Sherry obviously knows me well, covering things down at Cincinnati City Hall, have passed resolutions in support of raising the minimum wage, have supported Cincinnati, our energy supply that we offer to citizens being backed by 100% renewable energy sources, matters of inclusion. We have what I would argue, one of the best in the country programs to hold major banks and lenders accountable for vacant foreclosed property. So you're right. I think talk is cheap. More than just saying you're progressive, you need to show it. And I'm proud to have a very progressive record at the local level.
How do you plan to overcome other challenges, fundraising with Strickland out there? What's your pathway, I guess?
Yeah, so two things. First of all, you all know this. We raised $757,000 in the first quarter of the campaign. This included everything from grassroots donations from across the state to people like the former CEO of Google backing and investing in my candidacy. So one, I think we've gotten off to a very strong, credible start relative to resources. But I think it's a really important point. The people decide elections. I happily put this race in the hands of the voters, and that's why we're going to continue to put in, every breath I've got, every sort of, drop of sweat that I have, every last bit of energy I can into this race to crisscross it, make sure that it's matched by the resources. I will say we don't expect to, or frankly, I feel need to match Rob Portman dollar for dollar, match Ted Strickland dollar for dollar. I think our message is the winning message. New leadership, new ideas, make this election about the future rather than the past. There is one other, to the previous question about some differences. One of the other things that I specifically mentioned in the speech was my full support for paid sick days. And this is there was as you all probably remember, a campaign in Ohio a handful of years back that, the governor played a significant role in unraveling. So that might be another area where we strongly disagree.
Will you reject the notion of forming a super PAC or something like that to aid your campaign? I know a lot of people are opposed to them on principle, but they say they won't unilaterally disarm. What are your thoughts?
So obviously for coordination reasons, I can't play a role in the establishment of one. That would be somebody making the decision to do it. Look, we're running this race to win, and I absolutely would vote to do things like overturn, for a constitutional amendment to overturn Citizens United. And I do think we need to take real meaningful steps to limit the corrosive role of money in politics. I don't think our side, Democrats and progressives, can disarm. We play by the rules as they are, and then I look forward to making change as your next senator. One more question?
What do you think about Bill O'Neill's call for people to leave the Democratic Party because of the endorsement of Strickland?
Yeah, look, I think I said as much. I put a lot of trust in the people of Ohio, in the voters of our state. I think they're smart enough to know how to make up their own mind. I don't think they need to be told who to vote for. The other thing I said very clearly in the speech, I have chosen to be a Democrat. I am a proud Democrat. I'm a Democrat because I believe in democratic values and democratic ideas. So I look forward to doing everything I can to energize Democratic voters across the state. Thank you all very much.